Chinese herbal medicine is often used for diet therapy in China to replenish the body. However, sulfide preservatives are often added to these medicines. These leftover sulfur dioxide and its derivatives have been proven to have harmful effects on our bodies. Therefore, we decided to reduce the content of sulfur dioxide by soaking in water with waste egg cells. Our purposes are to discover the amount of sulfide preservatives added in different kinds of Chinese medicines, investigate the effect of using eggshells to remove sulfur dioxide in Chinese medicines, and reduce and reuse kitchen waste. For our research, we used two methods.
The first method is called steam distillation. At first, cut the medicine into small pieces and put it in a round bottom flask with 150 ml of boiled hot water and 10 ml of 6 molar concentration of hydrochloric acid. Then, add 5 drops of starch solution, 10 ml of water, and 100 ml of 0.1 molar concentration of iodine solution in a conical flask. After that, put the round bottom flask on top of an alcohol lamp. Connect the two flasks with a tube and turn on the magnetic stirring device, and then light the lamp. This is a clip from our experiment. Add iodine solution with a pipette. When the blue solution becomes colorless and transparent, continue adding an appropriate amount of iodine solution. When the color stops changing, record the amount of iodine added. After getting the results from the first experiment, we repeated the experiment, but this time, we first soaked the medicine with 2 grams of eggshell pieces for 20 minutes.
However, there were several problems with this method. Not only did this method require a large amount of medicine, it also took a long time to boil, and not all the sulfur dioxide could successfully transfer to the other flask to be titrated, so the data may consist of a lot of inaccuracies. In order to achieve better results, we started the second method called centrifuge separation.
First, cut the medicine into small pieces and take 5 grams of it. Add 245 ml of distilled water and mix with a blender for 5 minutes. Then, stir the sample evenly with a scraper. Divide them into 12 centrifuge test tubes and centrifuge at 3600 rpm for 5 minutes. Then, collect the upper suspended liquid sample in the centrifuge test tubes. After that, add 10 ml of the sample, 40 ml of distilled water, and 1 ml of starch indicator into a conical flask. Start the magnetic stirring device and add iodine solution with a pipette. When the blue solution becomes colorless and transparent, continue adding an appropriate amount of iodine solution. When the color stops changing, record the amount of iodine added. Again, we repeated the experiment, but we soaked the Chinese medicine with eggshell pieces first. Here is the data from our experiment. For each of the runs, the amount of iodine added is significantly lower after the medicine is immersed with eggshell pieces. We discovered that eggshells can reduce the amount of leftover sulfur dioxide in medicine by an average of 53%.
There are lots of benefits of utilizing eggshells for reducing sulfide preservatives. Firstly, it can reduce the sulfur dioxide effectively. Then it is not only completely harmless to the human body, but also environmentally friendly as it can reduce the amount of kitchen waste and pollution. The material, eggshells, is also easy to obtain. If this method can be used widely, we can lower the amount of harmful sulfide preservatives in Chinese medicine and reduce the amount of waste at the same time.
For our future investigation, we shall be expanding our experiment in the following ways. In the end, we hope that by conducting these experiments, we can find the optimal way of using eggshell as sulfur dioxide remover.